Healing looks like therapy every week. Healing looks like giving myself grace when I need to, and also, making sure that I continue to live.
Shaunie Henderson says Brooke Bailey isn't being honest and is pretending about everything. This situation has become one of the biggest behind-the-scenes scandals in Basketball Wives history, shaking up reality TV. At the center of it all is a conflict filled with deception, mind games, and carefully planned moves that go beyond what fans usually see on screen. Shaunie, who's been the main force behind the show as its executive producer for years, made headlines when she removed Brooke from season 12. The entertainment world was caught off guard, and many still are. It all began when Brooke made what seemed like a strong return. Both fans and the production team were happy to have her back. After losing her daughter in 2022, many were hoping to see a more genuine, emotional side of her. The promo suggested Brooke would be on a journey of healing, giving viewers a new look at how she was handling her loss and growing through it. But while the storyline painted a picture of personal growth, things behind the scenes were very different. People in the industry started picking up on odd behavior not long after filming began. What the audience saw on TV was just a small piece of the full situation. According to people close to production, Brooke's behavior started to feel strategic, even a little aggressive, making the set tense and uncomfortable. Instead of becoming more grounded or reflective after her personal tragedy, it appeared she used it to gain sympathy or control. Cast members began to feel like their private moments were being used for Brooke's benefit, not for true emotional sharing. The first major concern came up when castmates noticed that things they said in private started surfacing in arguments too accurately to be accidental. What looked like random drama started to seem like a clear pattern.
Well, I have new things that I would like to put on the table for everyone. Something that she doesn't know is, as of the last 72 hours, I have been on the phone with her business partner, Sunday, on three-way call on mute.
Somehow, private conversations the cast had when the cameras weren't rolling began showing up in scenes almost word for word. It became so accurate that people started to believe someone was tracking every personal interaction very closely. The situation got so concerning that one cast member finally stepped up and brought their concerns directly to the production team. What they said wasn't just gossip, it raised real legal concerns. According to insiders, Brooke was accused of secretly recording these private conversations using her own device. If true, this would be a major violation of the show's strict confidentiality rules and could land the network in serious legal trouble. These accusations went far beyond the usual drama you expect from a reality show. If Brooke really did this, it would point to calculated and planned actions that crossed professional and legal lines, something the production was not prepared to handle quietly.
I have been hearing her on the phone, listening to her conversations, and one thing that she said about you is that she's sick of hearing your voice.
Her voice?
Yes. And she also said no one's interested in you and Christians getting married. Oh, she sent your nudes, and with your vagina and your breasts out.
What the?
She absolutely hates Evelyn and Shaunie. Literally said the word hate out of her mouth.
The idea that someone might secretly record private conversations just to use them later during on-camera arguments showed a level of planning that went far beyond normal reality show drama. As things got worse, it became obvious that this wasn't just another cast argument. It was starting to put the entire production at risk. Cast members grew anxious, unsure if their conversations were being recorded or how those recordings could come back to haunt them in later episodes. The atmosphere on set turned tense and uncomfortable, with trust breaking down quickly. Even though Shaunie Henderson had stepped back from being a regular on the show, she still had major influence over the casting and direction of the franchise she helped build. Known for protecting the brand while keeping things professional, Shaunie wasn't likely to ignore anything that could damage the show's reputation. The cast's growing complaints, the potential legal problems, and the stressful filming environment created a major crisis. Tensions rose to the point where fights broke out, and the damage done couldn't be undone. Brooke's behavior kept getting more aggressive, while Shaunie's instincts to defend her show started kicking in hard. What started as concerns about sneaky behavior and secret recordings was about to explode into something much bigger. A turning point came during a night that was meant to be peaceful. The cast gathered at a stylish rooftop lounge in downtown Los Angeles. a place picked to help the women connect and have honest conversations. But things didn't go as planned.
Sunday and Jackie were supposed to be putting together a production company. After 6 months of listening to Jackie and all of her lies, Sunday finally realized that she is a fugazi business owner. So it made her reach out to me to expose Jackie.
The production team had planned the evening carefully. Their goal was to capture real moments of connection between the cast, showing a more personal side instead of the usual on-screen drama. But the energy in the room changed completely as soon as Brooke arrived. People noticed a shift in her attitude. It wasn't warm or friendly. Some described her as being confrontational on purpose. Rather than blending into the conversation, she entered with an intense look, almost like she was scanning the room to find a target. The mood among the women changed instantly. What had been relaxed and genuine turned tense. Then came the moment that would be remembered for a long time. As everyone sat discussing growth, past issues, and trust, Brooke suddenly pulled out her phone and started reading what she claimed were screenshots and voice recordings. She said the content exposed one of the newer cast members talking behind the backs of veteran members. Things escalated when Brooke claimed the recordings included harsh words aimed at Shaunie Henderson herself, the show's original creator and someone with major influence behind the scenes. The mention of someone badmouthing Shaunie caused immediate tension. The table went quiet as people realized how serious the accusations were. Reactions were strong and negative. Rather than seeing Brooke's move as brave or honest, the cast felt she was being manipulative. One person called her an informant, and another got so emotional that she walked out crying. Suspicion grew quickly. Some cast members asked to see the screenshots for themselves, and that's when people started noticing that things didn't add up. The messages didn't look right. The timestamps were off. The format was strange. It seemed like the screenshots had either been edited or taken out of context to stir up drama and make Brooke the focus of the season. Even more disturbing were later claims that Brooke might have made fake accounts online, just to get other cast members to say things that could later be used against them. This wasn't just drama for ratings, it started to look like a calculated plan. Some even described it as bordering on harassment or fraud. As the night completely unraveled, production staff scrambled to handle the mess. Calls were made to higher-ups at the network and directly to Shaunie Henderson. It was clear to everyone that this wasn't just another argument that would make for entertaining TV. This had turned into something much more serious. Something that could damage the show's reputation for good. Shaunie reacted quickly. Within 24 hours, she had emergency meetings with producers and network executives. She didn't hold back. Brooke's actions didn't match the values Shaunie expected from anyone working under her brand. Her frustration wasn't just about what happened on the rooftop, it went deeper. Shaunie had spent years building Basketball Wives into one of reality TV's most recognizable names. And now she felt that Brooke's behavior was putting all of that at risk. The reports of manipulation, the risk of legal issues, and the threat to cast safety were enough to make a decision. Even though removing Brooke wasn't easy, it was handled quickly. Shaunie knew that keeping Brooke in the cast would send the wrong message and could end up hurting the show long term. The meeting with executives didn't drag on. Everyone agreed Brooke Bailey was out. Instead of quietly accepting the decision, Brooke made things worse. Her response could end up costing her legally and ruining her ties in the industry. Some say she showed boldness. Others believe she made a huge mistake. Her first move was a surprise Instagram live session. There was no warning or promotion, just Brooke suddenly appearing on camera, and serious. For about half an hour, she told her side of the story, painting a very different picture of what had really been happening behind the scenes. Her biggest accusation was that Basketball Wives operated under a system of favoritism. Brooke claimed that some cast members were never punished no matter what they did, while others were treated unfairly for minor things. She said it wasn't about rules, it was about friendships and secret deals. The real shock came when Brooke directly called out Shaunie Henderson during the live video. She hinted that she knew secrets, things that could damage people's reputations. It felt like she was challenging someone with serious power in the reality TV world, which made the moment feel even more intense. Brooke also brought up Nanda's agreements and hidden scandals, accusing the show of covering things up. She said legal papers were used to silence people and important events were kept from viewers to protect certain people. If even part of that was true, it could open the door to lawsuits and serious questions about how reality shows are run. The Instagram session showed how power works in the industry. Her words exploded across social media. Some believed her, others thought she was trying to get revenge. But the network didn't respond right away. Neither did Shaunie. They chose to stay silent, which kept the attention focused on Brooke but also gave them time to manage things behind the scenes. That strategy worked. Brooke didn't get the fight she might have expected. Instead, she faced a quiet but firm shutdown. She was told about the end of her contract through intermediaries, not directly. Legal notices started arriving through official channels, warning her about breaking confidentiality rules. There were no more friendly conversations or texts. It was all handled formally now. The way Brooke was removed showed how complex reality TV really is. Viewers might think it's all drama and fun, but behind the scenes, there are careful decisions being made about who stays, who goes, and how to keep the brand safe. Brooke's conflict with the show didn't just shake up one season, it raised deeper questions. She claimed that scenes were edited to tell false stories, and that some cast members were protected no matter what. This made people start asking if reality TV is really honest or just heavily scripted. Entertainment disguised as real life. Her accusations also touched on something bigger. If the shows are misleading viewers on purpose, then it's not just drama, it's false advertising. That idea made fans and media outlets start taking a closer look at how shows like this are made. As the situation spread online and more people shared opinions, different versions of the truth came out. Supporters said Brooke was brave for speaking up. Critics argued that she was just angry about being fired. The real answer may lie somewhere in between, or maybe in information that hasn't come out yet. Brooke has hinted that she has more evidence, documents, screenshots, or maybe even video that could back up her claims. She suggested that she might reveal even more in the future, leaving fans to wonder what else could come out in reality TV. Many conflicts are resolved quietly, with private agreements and legal paperwork. That means the full truth behind Brooke's accusations may never be shared publicly. But what's clear is that this situation changed the show and, possibly, the entire industry. Shaunie Henderson's response set a new standard for how networks handle these situations. Instead of going back and forth in public, she managed the crisis professionally, showing how power really works in this space. Brooke's story, no matter which parts are true or not, forced the industry to look at itself. It pushed producers, cast members, and network heads to rethink how they manage cast behavior and protect their brands. And even if the effects aren't obvious in ratings or online comments right now, the long-term changes may reshape how reality shows are created and controlled from here on out.